I believe you can add a lot to this reading with your own intuitive skills. As we look at these collective images, notice what seems personally relevant to you. It might be a letter, number, color, or word. With 20 years of study and experience in decoding symbols, I know there is always more mystery to discover. Please add any of your insights in the comments. I'm all about the supportive community online. In this reading, I use my own deck, but I also collect and support many other creators and intuitive readers by reviewing their work. You can find me live on Twitch where I give free readings, or check out my class on signs and symbols, or schedule a personal session on my website. Hello Pisces, we're going to take a deeper look into your reading for the month of March. We had been talking about potentially something that's being attracted, is inconvenient into a relationship with otherwise two birds of a feather, so to speak. I'm going to pull a card, one for each person. So I got two that came out here for this person. So we've got the Nine of Swords and the Hermit, which is the number 9 of the major arcana. So those do kind of go together. And then for person number 2, I will pull a card. And already I'm kind of thinking that, the way these cards came out, we might have essentially, and here we have the Star. So we might essentially have here the birds of a feather showing up together, and then this is potentially being the inconvenient attraction. I'm gonna roll the dice for you, Pisces. And going to pull an Odyssey card. This one, Ocean. And then a mini relationship card as well. And here we got, nobody thinks this is going to work. All right, so the numbers that you got here are 5, 2, 5, 14, 40, 1, and 8. So I don't know if that those numbers mean anything to you, but so the 8, the 1, the 4, the 14, the 2. So we have 2 5s here. And that's, I think, kind of speaking to our birds of a feather. We also have a 15, a 14 and a 40. So those are kind of similar as well. And then a 1 and 8. 4 and 4 is 8. Those are kind of similar numbers. So the Hermit is someone who's very introverted. The Nine of Swords is someone who's having sleepless nights and staying up at night. The Star, and nobody thinks this can work, is if we were talking about something that's very inconvenient, here's kind of like a path through the mountains, and then the card of Ocean. So what I'm picking up here for you, Pisces, in your particular story is, I think that there are 2 of a kind here. We see the repetition of the number 9. We see the repetition of the number 5. We see the repetition of the number 4. So these 2 individuals are definitely synchronistic on a lot of different levels. And what I'm seeing here as this inconvenience, or what might be coming in, possibly causing sleepless nights for one of these individuals, is maybe a negative thought about nobody thinking that it's going to work. Might be a persistent negative thought that even though you are 2 of a kind, nobody thinks it's going to work. And you have this hope. The star represents healing and hope and unity. And yet that is being kind of like crossed. Sorry, my dog likes to bark at things. That's being crossed by the star here. And so even though there's hope, there's healing, there's a goal, there's something you want to achieve, there's this actually very compatible relationship is causing sleepless nights, because the attraction here, the compatibility here, is triggering a very inconvenient thing, attracting this idea of this negative thought, basically, is what's coming in. And the ocean, I'm picking up, that's great. You're a water sign, so you get the ocean, and then these rolling hills. The word here is incubate. It's like a little note that I wrote on this card. So I think there possibly in this is a solution, that there's something that will come to the surface eventually for you. The nine, which is the hermit, is about going inward for inner reflection and meditation. And the Knight of Swords is very close to the 10. So nines are often represented as the end of something. And so you will be reaching the end of your kind of like mental torment, or perhaps this inconvenient and unwanted negative thoughts that are intruding on your relationship at this time, which does seem to be, like I said, very compatible with the repetition of the number 9, the number 5, the number 4, and 8 is kind of like that infinity sign. And then adding on to the S and the T, if those letters mean anything to you, you also have the I and the P here. So yeah, that's what I've got for you, Pisces. I hope that that's helpful for you, this reading, and you can always check out some of the other signs if you have any questions or additional questions. Sun, moon, rising sign, or the person that you're thinking about, stuff like that. Okay, see you next time. Bye.